Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. In this workout, I did a bit of an interesting weight progression. I started with 40 kilos with a snatch, and I believe 70 or maybe 60. I forget exactly what it was for clean jerk, but for snatches, I only went up by 5 kilograms if I was able to make the weight, I think for the most part. And I also didn't use straps, which was a really good, not necessarily grip workout, but a good kind of skin workout, because my hands, my thumbs particularly, were a bit raw after this. But you'll see a lot of reps in the snatch because every rep that I did, I went up only 5 kilograms. So I didn't put the weights on for this workout, but if you kind of work it out, you'll be able to see what the weights I was able to do based on what the previous one was and if I changed plates and whatnot. And the reason for doing this was for a couple different reasons. I wasn't planning on doing it without straps at first, but the fact that I did it without straps is, of course, good for training for that purpose, to get used to just the hook grip and just to build the skin tolerance. So very, very good at that. But the other is just to get a lot of practice with different weights and weights that you can successfully do. Obviously, like a 70 kilo snatch, I would normally go from 70 to 90. If I do all those reps in between, of course, I'm going to make them all and hopefully be able to work on technical things. And that's what I felt like I was doing throughout the workout. I was getting some little technical things worked on with the lighter weights where you don't have to necessarily go balls to the wall trying to exert as much force as possible. You can kind of experiment or try to feel out different things and try to feel what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong and try to make it kind of precise. So it's definitely something in these next couple workouts that I have been implementing, and not so much the 5 kilogram jumps, but maybe 10, but just essentially just working on taking smaller jumps and taking more lighter repetitions as I'm working up to whatever weight that I want to do. And I think I only had a couple misses. This was one which was definitely technical, but a couple of them that you'll see throughout the workout. And I was on this back platform just because someone was using the front one, and I can actually lift pretty well on this back platform. The only reason I don't use other ones more frequently is because they're slippery, but this one has pretty good grip on it, especially with my newer shoes, and if I keep the bottom of my shoes pretty clean. That right there was a 125, which was a pretty difficult rep, and leaning to the left, my shoulder didn't really dip out on me, but I don't know, it was weird. Something I'm continuing to work on. And I know in a subsequent video I'll talk more about the topic of why my training hasn't been going too terribly great. It hasn't been going too bad, but when I notice that things are I feel like I'm moving slow and I'm getting more sore than I normally do, and joints are becoming more achy, usually have to do with something with nutrition, but I'll talk about that in a subsequent video. Mostly just want to cover these small jumps. So with the clean and jerks here, same kind of thing. Looks like I started with 70 kilos and then just went 10 kilo jumps, and really just to work on the jerk. The clean I'm not really too worried about, but I wanted just to get more work with jerks. And you'll notice when I get to the top sets of, I believe, 145 and 150, I think were the two that I tried. I missed the jerks on both of them, and that's been a pretty consistent theme as of late. Jerks have not been going well, and part of that is from some discomfort in the right knee, which is mostly present when I catch in the split of the jerk, which is obviously not a very good spot. Right there would be a point where my knee would hurt, not with lighter weights but with heavier ones. But it's something that obviously I continue to work on with some of the accessory movements that I'm doing, just to kind of strengthen those areas, because I really think it is kind of like tendonitis-ish type pain, because there isn't any, very rarely in my training do I get direct acute injuries from a specific thing. It's usually just oh, this kind of hurts today, and it kind of just builds upon other days. But pretty productive with this particular workout. It was the first time doing this kind of thing, and definitely was more difficult in terms of conditioning, and I did work a bit faster. All the high school kids that tend to show up at the gym every day for 12 hours a day were blaring their music, which can be very obnoxious, but as long as I got my headphones in, I can thankfully make most of the noise go away and still get in a good workout. So it's something, the small jumps, I think they're good, like I said, for the technical aspect. The specificity if I'm not using straps, and just to get more volume in, because I really don't like doing straight sets, and I believe I've talked about that in other videos. I'd rather just go up and down in weights, but if you take smaller jumps, you get a lot of that volume, and becomes a very good workout. But with that being said, my computer has frozen here, so there we go. I wasn't sure how much time I had left in this last clip. I think this was the either 145 or 115 I tried, but missed the jerk there, and just didn't have enough strength. So, this was my last one. So I think I gave it 2 attempts and missed a jerk on both. So it is what it is. Just keep getting stronger and keep eating more food. But that's it for now. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.